Hey, y'all. This your girl, Nina, from Unbreakable Strong Woman. Coming to y'all on this February the 14th. Want to tell my auntie, happy birthday, TT. It's my auntie's birthday, and I think she has a heart on her thigh, y'all, for Valentine's Day. Yeah, I think she was born with like a little heart symbol. My auntie is beautiful. But, I know people wonder, why Nina always the Grinch? Y'all probably think, why is she always got something set to say on holidays? Let me tell y'all this. I, too, was raised celebrating pagan holidays. I raised my kids celebrating pagan holidays. But as you grow in life, you start to realize a lot of things that we were told and how we was raised was wrong. Because a lot of things are pagan holidays. Hey, Chosen baby, how you doing? So I want to explain myself why I am like I am when it comes to these pagan holidays. First of all, a lot of things that black people include themselves in, they don't understand the meaning behind what they're doing. For example, the 4th of July, we were still slaves and we running around with red, white, and blue on. Oh, the land of the free. We weren't even free. So do you know they laughing at us? We were still in bondage, slaves, during the independence. We wasn't a part of that. But yeah, black people running around with their flags and they celebrating spending their money. I think we spend more money than anybody else. It's a money thing. That's right, Chosen so deep. I'm gonna have to go live with Chosen. He's so deep on so many things. But Chosen, what do you think about Valentine's Day? See, I can guarantee you right now, if I ask any one of you, what do Valentine's Day mean? I'm gonna let Chosen join me. Hold on. Let me see, Chosen. Let me see. How do you get it to join? I don't see you. Send me another invite, Chosen. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna invite Chosen, y'all. Here we go.
What's going on?
Hey, what's up with you?
Grand Rising,
Yeah.
beloved
Hey,
queen.
King.
Listen to me. My whole take on Valentine's Day is this. Man fumbles to get an understanding of a compartment that he leaves without side of his understanding within his spirit. And he begins to put all these inaccurate things within that place. The only place that's sufficient is God. That's it. That's the only thing that can power this celestial being that we have within us. This metaphysical is everything of the byproduct of the enemy getting ground with Adam. So it reflects all the way back to Valentine's Day. First and foremost, Valentine's Day was a master.
I was just about to say that.
You understand me? It's funded upon blood work. Like this whole thing comes from death. So help me understand how I can tell my queen, Mama, happy Valentine's Day to you.
It was a
happy
master.
He
was beheaded on this day.
Yes, ma'am. And it's deeper than that. It goes even deeper than that. See, people just, we as a people, man, we broken. You feel what I'm saying? First of all, we got to stand in accountability and ownership. Once we do that, then we take back what was given over, our free will. We don't allow anybody to come up with gimmicks. Like you just said, we make the government more money than anybody.
These pagan holidays, they fool our minds and make us think it's a good thing, but it's a money thing with them. And St. Valentine's Day was a Roman priest. He was a Catholic priest, a bishop. They don't even know what the meaning of it is.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. My thing, I've been starving to get on one of your lives because I got a lot to say. You be having a lot of topics that I be on the other side of this camera. You can't see me. I be like, God damn it. And I be pressing it, trying to get you to push me in. But I'll let you take your thing. But dig this here. I commend you. Don't you let nobody deter you from solving out your salvation. See, it's personal. You feel what I'm saying? I got a bunch of naysayers from the past because I used to be deep in the street. I was a no-nonsense cat. You cross me, I cut your head off. That's just what it was.
Right.
That's how I was groomed. Is it right? No. That does not make a man. You understand me? What makes a man is what a man will not do in certain situations and certain circumstances. He won't allow the impressions of somebody else to cause him to feel peer pressured into a situation. I'm an alpha male. You understand me? Yet I'm humble. I learned how to become humble by going through traverse situations. You know what I mean? And Pop's keeping me alive. I can name 5 times, tell you in full extent of when I was meant to die. Yet I'm alive. If death come to get you, it means to come to get you. If the Father stood in the way, he stood in the standard according to his word. I shall rise as a standard for thee. I shall never leave and forsake. How I get to this? Because there's no put on with me. I do it every day. I talk about it every day. I move in it. I walk it. I speak it. It's life. Same thing I was doing when I was womanizing. Same thing I was doing when I was out there selling dope. Same thing I was doing when I was out there promulgating all the things of the enemy, of the frequencies of those things that's to corrupt our understanding and allow a pit hole, a drop to be made for us. One teach one. If you listen to my live,
that's right.
Each one teach one, each one reach one.
But see, they argue with me when I say stuff, and they go against the grain because they don't want to pick up a book and study it. They argue with me about pagan holidays when God tells us don't celebrate them. And well, that's all I know. Well, you was taught wrong.
Right. But listen, you let your truth be truth according to the truth, and you stand there. Don't feed into it. You don't have to. The truth supports itself on its own. Only thing you need to do is deliver it. When you have that unction inside of you, when the Lord say, go holler at this person, prostate. Don't just get on live or nothing. The way I'm led, I pray first.
Always.
What you want me to say?
Right.
What do you want me to say? Because if I get a hold of this, I'm going to put my own whoopee-doo on it. It ain't going to be right because I'm going to look at this person metaphysically. I'm not going to look at him as his offense. I'm not going to look at him as a curse. I'm going to look at him as an attack towards me, and I'm going to attack him back.
Right.
That's not the way it's supposed to be. Valentine's Day, I don't deal with it. Mother's Day, I don't deal with it. Thanksgiving, I don't deal with it. Christmas, I don't deal with it. I don't deal with it in the capacity of what individuals think. I deal with it in a whole nother mannerism. It's every single day. How do you 365 days in a year, people? How do you take one day out of 365 days of a year and tell a mother, thank you?
You're supposed to celebrate mama every single day.
I appreciate you today. Come on, man. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. So I commend you. I ain't trying to take over your shit. I commend you. You keep doing what you're doing. You keep connecting with people of like-mindedness. See, the only way to make anything shake is to have a spirit that agrees with your vision. 2 that agree can do anything. Jesus said that the 2 of you agree on anything should be done unto you by my Father who rests in heaven. He said that out of his mouth. If God tell you something, if I say Monday, Sunday, I say me. I believe. And then Thursday, we're going to be tried. Thursday, I'm moving completely against what I said. Yet I'm not taking accountability and ownership, and I'm allowing myself to continue to go down. You know why they sent them out and passed the apostles so the other one could bring the other one up when the other one went down. We supposed to be in pairs.
Right.
That's what agreement. It opens up the very heavens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In an instant. This is something I feel impressed to say. Everybody that's on your view and everybody that's on my view, it's people that's been asking for things and praying for understanding and patience, praying for guidance, not the superficial things, metaphysical. I'm talking about those things that help you secure your salvation. Stand still like Daniel did. Daniel prayed. Upon that moment he prayed, he was heard. It took 21 days until he got his relief. And the reason is because the princes of Persia fought with the spiritual principalities to make him cause him to give back his choice of free will. He declared a decree. When he did that, it was instantly answered. Yet it wasn't metaphysically brought, and that's where we become discouraged at, because we can't see it right now.
Faith.
Understand that.
Faith.
Man, faith.
That's where faith come in at.
But faith without works is dead. You can be faithful without moving a thing. It's not going to manifest.
We do get discouraged. We do get very discouraged.
We got to, yes, ma'am. We got to stop corrupting ourselves with these ideologies, these man-made traditions. Tradition was made to take our tribal voice away from us. Tradition was made to take our thought process and understanding away from us. Tradition was made to take our voice from us. If you go over the different seasons that they had, these different paganistic holidays, like Christmas, that's Nimrod Day. They don't even know who Nimrod is. All the way back to the days of Kush, and not the weed. Like we gotta sit and study to show ourselves approved. How can you move? How can you move in authority? How can you have any validity in your mouth when your actions don't line up to what you say? I can't take you seriously. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't gonna discard you because it was a time when I was on something else. We have to remember in the millisecond that in order to be a leader, you have to be humble to the point to be a servant.
Yeah. But you know what I
but I'm gonna leave it right there.
With our people, they very argumentative, and they don't want to believe you, me, or what somebody of their own tell them, but they rather believe others, and that's the gospel. When they hear from somebody else outside of them, it's true. If we tell them something, we tripping, we don't know the word, and they go back into the word of God was written by a man. They want to argue about God non-stop. But when they see what masters say, oh, that's real, that's in stone, that's facts. The oppressor can tell them anything, and that's facts. Like, for instance, they don't realize that the Romans took Valentine's Day off their calendar in 1969 because of this massacre. But the United States, we still keep it.
1969, June 25th to be precise.
Because it's a massacre. He was beheaded today. It ain't about love.
You smart. You study.
I mean, I'm trying to learn.
See, people won't know those things unless they seek them. You have to seek. Listen, wisdom is Solomon asked. Excuse me. Solomon asked for wisdom. Solomon didn't ask for riches. He asked for wisdom to be able to guide God's people that he put in his charge. And he was given everything because of that. He was shown to be a good steward. That's what we have to do. We have to be a good steward. If I could show you somebody that's lacking in their spiritual life just by the way they live. I've never seen a seed beg or borrow, according to the word. You understand me? Like, we are to be the head, not the tail. I was, real quick, last Sunday, I just got baptized with my daughter. It was monumental for me. You know what I mean? According to the word, it's gratitude. I appreciate you. According to the word say train the child up in the ways to grow. When you grow old, not depart. It'll be first nature, not second. If I'm walking this out with her, she can't help us.
That's right.
My daddy, that's not what my daddy showed. Yep. You feel what I'm saying? My daddy said, same thing I do. My daddy said. Same thing Jesus did in the Garden of Gethsemane. My daddy said. They overcame the enemy by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. You have to have this stuff written on the tablets of your heart. You never know when the war going down. You know what I mean? It ain't no play, but you can have a personality with doing all. Look, I have fun. I have a lot of fun. But fun is what sits. And what is really fun. Like, understanding and misconstrued of understanding is what causes us to mislead ourselves and in turn mislead everybody else by offended feelings. I'm hurt. Yep. So you gotta hurt too.
People don't know how to deal with different emotions. They only deal with I'm sad, I'm hurt, and I'm mad. There's so many other different emotions in the human body that you got to know how. People don't even want to own that they're jealous. You're not mad, you're jealous. You know, they don't know that a lot of times because they don't know how to deal with their different emotions. And this is why couples don't last. This is why it's broken marriages, because they don't know how to deal with themselves.
I'm so tired. I'm sick of all this cheating shit. Like, look, I used to be a cheater. I used to move as one. People don't know how to take me. See, I take me well. I speak truth. I tell on me. I expose me. You understand me? That way, shame can't be held over my head. The enemy can't have me in no box. I could speak to a demon and he got to listen. You can't speak to a demon and you reflect it. It's impossible. You got to have yourself consecrated from a thing to a thing for a thing.
No, I love to. I knew when I started talking to you how it would be. But people need to hear this. I mean, and if they open their mind.
I do it every day. I do it every day on everything I can, outside, everywhere. I promulgate it. You feel what I'm saying? We should always look to help somebody. If you see somebody outside destitute and they hurting and they hungry, talk to your daddy. You see, get to it. Matthew. It's in Matthew. Rabbi, we did this. No, you didn't. The ones you least done unto, you done unto me as well. So if you treat somebody else like that, you treat him the same way. And don't tell me you love. Don't tell me you love that. Because I don't believe.
That's so true. And people just our people, I look at us as being, a lot of people being selfish. They don't feel like it's their problem until it's their problem. And they don't try to do nothing for nobody because they feel like that ain't part of me. There's some thugs or there's some gangbangs. These are children.
Do you remember the time when they used to come on the TV at 10 o'clock and say, the lights on? Do you know where your children are? Do you remember the time when they used to pray in school? Now, see, do you remember the time when it took, Jesus, when it took a village to raise a child? Like, you could get in trouble at school. By the time you get home, you had your ass for 4 times.
You know, you can't say, now they cussing
got you all the way home.
Out their mama.
There is no respect. The reason why we have abandoned our posts. I'm not going to put everything on these youngsters out here. These youngsters got it way worse than what we had. They got the media. The media by itself is killing a large count of them. With this gang banging, with this sneak dissing and
rap
this
music.
No cap and all
rap
that.
Music.
I rap. I talk about both sides. I'm not a rapper though. I'm a master of ceremony. It's a difference.
Yeah.
You tell a story. You give understanding. You don't stay stuck and stagnant. You bring life in the end. I'm going to talk about it all, though. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've walked it all. If I go to Jamaica and never been before, I don't want to get a tour guide that ain't never been through the bush. I need somebody that's very, very familiar with the territory. So we go through things in young stages of our life, not understanding, damn. Everywhere I turn, it's issue. Not knowing that he favored us because we was able to stand that pressure. And he knew it. He knew it. He didn't see us in our beginning. He didn't see us in our middle. He sees us always in the ending. So he continued to allow these contingency plans to go in when we try to sabotage and do all these other things. He continued to, okay. Let me put this protective hedge around you and let me allow you to get whooped right quick.
He said, my people will
know what I mean?
More. So.
Come on. We have a cup to bear. It's going to be a day. It's already here. It just don't hit you until it hits you. When people going to be asked, what you believe? And if they say Christ, they going to get their heads cut off. How you going to stand on that? When you can't even stand in the truth with your own self. When it get you get upset and go quiet, dormant within yourself, reclusive, if you will, to deal with that. Why does that happen? Because the enemy calls you to be singled off. Just like National Geographic, all you got to do is watch something getting hunted. They do it the same way. They give a distraction over here, and then they send in them people to take care of what need to be taken care of. The enemy been doing us like that. Did we talk too much? Joyce Myers wrote a book called Me and My Big Mouth. We tell the enemy exactly how to get us all the time. Damn, man, that bitch got a fat up, pardon my language, I don't talk like this. That bitch got a fat ass over there. That statement out loud has caused the enemy to look all over your life. Everything that he know you from, and to begin to put you a menu together and to put it right in your face. You know what I mean? Where that temptation at. Now what you gonna do? He testing you. He tests Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane.
Yeah.
You think he ain't gonna come for us? People don't take, they tell me, sweetheart, sister of the cloth, I see you walking out your salvation. I see you dealing with subject matters that are hard to deal with, and I see you speaking about them, and people ain't got no voice. You have touched people. I just switched the whole thing because I've been waiting to do this. You have touched people. Don't you allow nobody to cause you to believe that the Spirit of the Lord is not directing you. Understand that there's no good thing in this flesh, according to the word. And it said, try the spirits, the fruits that they bear. So if an individual coming to you in peace, prosperity, uplifting you, covering you even, then don't even know you. I told somebody love is instant. They said, no, it ain't. They said, I fell in love. I said, you don't fall in love. It's too complex. You have to grow.
You don't want to fall into nothing.
You understand? You can't fall. If you can fall in, you can fall out. You know what I'm saying? Love is living. Love is life. Love also can be extricated from the whole language, and God could be placed in. Because that's exactly what it is. Somebody told me, love ain't enough. I said, God ain't enough.
God is love.
God is love. You quote these things, but you don't know what they mean. You say them because you hear them and you use them as cliches. But them very things that you saying can stop an issue from happening in a moment if your faith is happening.
That is right.
You keep
I'm
doing
trying,
that.
I'm studying, I'm trying to learn. And I want to grow off other people too. I have an open mind, you know. But people,
I've been telling you. I be on your thing like, damn. I be like,
I don't be seeing it. I gotta start reading my comments.
Pull me in. And I be on that thing. Pull me in for like 6 months. I was on that. Cause you be hitting topics that be butter. And I be like, oh, that preaches. Let me get on here. You know what I mean? I don't profess to be nothing but the foolishness of the earth. The foolishness of the earth he uses to confound the wise all the time. The 12 apostles were all foolishness of the earth. The thief on the cross that was in paradise with him when he opened his eyes in paradise was the foolishness of the earth. He didn't come for the shiny coat wear. He didn't come for the people that got it all together. He came for those who've been molested by family members. He came to those who been hurt and beaten, battered within their spirit and feel like blowing their heads off. He came for them. You know what I mean? Like, we don't talk about the real. My sister was sold into sex slavery. You understand me? She got a whole demonstration on her. Right now today, she's moving in the spirit so powerfully, it's crazy. She just lost her son. Remember when my grandmother, my mother, and my nephew died? That was her son. That was a year ago in Grand Rapids. They died over there on 3306 Brookshire. My grandmother lived right there.
My kid's father,
he was outside of the car.
That lady's daughter. The one that died in that car. Died in the car? The mother, not the grandmother.
Ellie Mae, that's my mother. That's my biological mother.
My kid's father is with her. Gene.
That's my nigga. Black Moses. That's your baby daddy.
I have
Yeah,
2 kids.
that.
I have 2 kids by
That
him.
shit crazy.
Gino, he's 23, and Legina is 16.
Oh, shit. Angel, Lucky, that's my sister. She right up under me.
So
Like
was you
we
here
was
for the
running
funeral?
buddies.
Okay.
Yeah. I was the one standing up with the red
I
and
didn't
black
come
on,
in.
the top hat,
I didn't
all
come
that
in
shit.
because Angel don't like me, so you know.
Oh man, look, if I'd have known that,
She think I still want him and I don't.
Listen. I'm gonna translate that to her.
I don't
because
want him.
I hear you talk all the time. He cool with me, that's my nigga. What y'all got going on is y'all
25
shit.
years.
You cool. You cool with me. Period. In spirit. Suppressing anything of the physical thing, that's where we connect at. You are my sister. I'm gonna kill that shit between you and my biological
That ain't that.
sister.
I did 25
Don't
years
worry
with him.
about
That's over.
Man, she already know what it is, and I don't know why the fuck she gonna be on there. But we ain't gonna talk about no more of that.
Yeah, I want to talk to you private about that. I'll talk
to you. Yeah.
This world's so small.
Shit crazy.
So are you in Chicago?
I'm in the city now. I was in LA. I left and went to get them in LA and stayed over there for a year. I had to get away from everything. I want to kill everybody.
That was so sad, man.
You know what I mean? I deal with me drastically truthful. Motherfuckers don't like to deal with their truth. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't walk in authority and I won't take you serious. You know what I mean? We got to stand against the standard that's rising against us, man, as a people. We got to collectively get back with our tribalism and love each other and be concerned. They passed some bullshit up here called purge. They is beating up people, man. Man, this shit crazy. I wish they would run up on me. I'm from them woods for real. Like, I'm not the tough guy dude. I'm not him. You know what I mean? I'm the protector. I've always been a vanguard. So if you come impressing yourself upon me or anybody that I care about, I'm going to be the first one to step in front. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I'm built for it. I don't like bullies. I don't like bullies at all. And the spirit of that thing is a bully. And it moves in offense.
Yeah, I hear you.
You feel what I'm saying? I got a movement called the Captive Seekers. My cousin, Michael Wilder, he lives in Kalamazoo, Michigan. They know him as Too Short. He's doing things for the community through his Peace Doing War, him and Yo Fencio. Big ups, y'all. They doing things in the community for the youth. I'm talking about work. When somebody's killed or died or a situation is going on in the hood, they call him. He show up like he got them at the people, but our people, and he moving that for us. You know what I mean? A lot of people hating on him because he used to sell dope. See, look, it's always the individuals that's offended in their spirit that can't take somebody that changed their life and now they moving in a contrary manner other than what they once was. I speak parables, so I know you catch me. Everybody else might not be. So let me target my audience. In layman terms, it's this: if you continue to do the same thing, you're gonna get the same response.
That's the definition of insanity.
Period. Definition of it, according to Webster. Well, look, man, I know you doing your thing, man. You gonna have to pop me off of this. We got some stuff to talk about now. You understand me? Damn, they're family. Y'all gonna work that out, though. We don't do that. We grown. She don't do it. She ain't gonna do it. We grown. You know what I mean? We too grown for that. We got children we have to show. They watching us. You know what I mean? If we
Right.
move like that, they move like that.
And there's too much stuff going on in this world now for that nonsense. But I did not know that. That's crazy. This world is so small. My brother, good friends with Flo.
That's my.
So you know.
That's my little brother
AD?
right there.
I used to date him too. Yep, I dated AD for 3 years.
Wow. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm familiar with
AD from the city, so.
I'm very, very surprised you ain't never heard of me. You probably have heard of me,
right,
but you just didn't know it was me. You know what I mean? Like, I was down in Grand Rapids at one point in time, terrorizing.
You was
yeah.
Same name, or you had a different name in the streets?
They just called me Shorty Shy. You know what I mean? Shorty from Chicago. I was terrorizing. I was messing with them cats, Blue Diamond and Gold Mouth, and LP and all the niggas. You know what I mean? When they had that car wash on Diamond and all that. Yeah, I was down there. Back and forth. I was back and forth from the city.
Wow.
Like, I wasn't staying down there.
That was a long time ago. You've been here a minute then, back and forth.
Brass Monkey, High Top, all them cats.
Oh, hell no.
Come on, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Fat Cat, Chris. Yeah.
All of them. Bam, all of them.
I don't mess with them no more because half of them still in prison. You know what I mean? Chris just went and he got a life bit. You feel me saying? Shark got 100 years, literally. You know what I mean? I did 15. I would not.
Was you in Michigan?
Giving them nothing else. You hear me? I ain't giving them nothing else. We raising our hand, telling them
to lock
us up.
Did you do your time in Michigan?
I did my time everywhere. Like, they was extraditing me because I went across state lines and all that. So I had to go back and deal with the state first before I even dealt with them, and then the feds wanted theirs off top. You feel what I'm saying? So they had me back and forth. I had to deal with them, and then I had to deal with them. But I wouldn't change none of it. None of it I would change. Man, listen. I have my salvation today because of them 15 years. I would rather have them 15 years. Them 15 years, I could have been out free, lived a good life, or lived a life confused in my spirit on the low, because you know everybody on that Claire Huxtable shit. Everybody be fake and fictitious. They be putting on shows and putting on hits. Right. They don't talk about the real shit. So they get stuck in that universe. Like, they get to believe in the shit that they be telling everybody else. And then they know that you was right there when the situation transpired, but they're trying to tell you that you wasn't. Do you know that's partial now? Possession?
Yeah.
That's partial possession. That's allowing some spirit of a conscience to move inside you and cause your regular character to be arrested while this thing rides forward. Shit deep,
yeah, I would like to have on again because I'm trying to do another thing on my YouTube channel called Crying from the Inside, where I'm going to talk about people that's going through the system, because I tell you, I'm going through something right now, and that's been in the system, and just speak on it, because we need to be heard. It's like my nephew doing 30 to 60 years for a $200 gas station robbery with no witness, circumstantial evidence. He wasn't even there. That's Michigan.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep. Yeah, that's a way to beat that. If he got a good lawyer, just from what you just told me, all they got to do is cross-reference different cases that came before. Policy Director PD3-9.
Years now. He's been fighting from in there now.
Good. Do you know every day that he gone, they going to pay him for that shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
trying to come back with on insufficient counsel because his lawyer just pretty much sold him out. The prosecutor scared the shit out of him, and he just didn't do nothing. So
insufficient counsel will get him grounds for pre-trial, retrial. And how long he been how long? What process he at right now, as far as
I think he up to the Supreme, because he keep getting knocked down. They ain't even looking at his stuff, man. They just.
But he has to.
I believe that's
Supreme now. He can't go no higher than that.
And then he got his case with the what do you call them? People that work for the college and they try to get you back in court. In Michigan, it's called, they attorneys, but they students. Yeah, they trying to get him back, you know. But he got a lot of stuff he trying to do. It's 30 to 60 years for a $200 gas station robbery. No.
That's bananas.
Michigan band, they be stroking people and they don't care. It's your skin color. And what I'm going through, and I'm going to let you go after this, what I'm going through is some self-defense shit. I'll tell you later when we talk. And I'm being charged with the same thing that you see on the news with this white guy on the golf course just hit this black man, professional man out there golfing with his wife in the head with the golf club, cracked his skull open because he hit the wrong ball. This man is dying on a ventilator. He got out with a $5,000 bond, and they only charged him with aggravated assault. Some white dude, daddy got money. But it ain't right, man. Black people need to stop it in their mouth.
What situation you fight that's similar to that? You fight something that's similar to that?
Case. I made a video about it. I was protecting my daughter.
Fuck. Who you put hands on?
I'll tell you more about it, but I pulled up to this girl's house. You know, I do the Unbreakable Strong Woman thing, and her and my daughter having this conflict, and she comes to me because I normally can talk people and get people together and make amends. So I go talk to the girl's baby father she was living with. He said I could speak to him. I bag up and park across the street and down the street. I wouldn't even buy their house. He heads to the car window to talk to me. She Mexican girl come running off the porch like a raging bull. I'm in shock, like, what is she doing? So I'm talking to him. I'm like, get her. Never thinking she gonna open my door. She opens the door on my daughter's side. Me and my daughter still in seatbelts. She jumps in and attack. My daughter's face is bleeding. She got blood in her eyes. She's screaming because this girl big, about 300 pounds. Get her off of me. Get her off of me.
Right.
So I'm trying to get her off. I'm hollering at him. He goes around. Instead of him pulling this woman off my daughter, he grabs the seatbelt. Now he's choking my daughter and pulling her hair. Now they both on her. So I'm like, are y'all crazy? I'm screaming. So finally I unbuckle her. They snatch her off the car. Now have you, my daughter just beat leukemia and she's legally disabled. She has staples in her stomach at this time. And some of the staples has bust open from complications of her surgery. So I grab whatever I could out the back seat. I run around. As soon as I hit the corner, the girl had kicked her just above her incision. And the dude like threw her so hard on the ground, she hit her head and her eyes was rolling. So now my baby bleeding everywhere. She's dazed. I jump down over her body and I'm swinging the weapon. Get back, because the girl trying to charge at her. She must have got nicked on the knee. I didn't even know I had an impact with her. We leave, call the police, meet up with the police. I get arrested. This girl ain't been charged yet. They will not charge her with nothing. They charged me with felonious assault because she got hit on the knee, saying that I assaulted her. But they disregarded. This girl jumped in my car, snatched my daughter out the car. Her and her man beat my daughter. Neither one of them got charged. No, I went to trial and it was a hung jury, and the prosecutor still don't want to give me a deal. I went to trial.
It was a hung jury. So
I went to trial because I do stuff like daycare, work at the banks. I can't work under that with no assault on my record. So I said, give me assault and battery. I'll take it. They said, no, aggravated assault. We're going back to trial. I said, we're going back to trial then.
Go back to trial. Take that shit to the box. Do you got any? Do you have any proof? Anywhere that they did what they did?
Understand?
Okay.
She said, the bitch wanted to fight. I opened her door. She said all that. I pulled her out the car. She said all of that.
Listen. Push the trial. Don't take no
That's
cop. Don't take no motherfucking cop. They ain't
me, which was them 7 Karens, and 5. It was 3 that said they couldn't prove that it was defensive others. They don't know when the girl got cut, and it was 2 said I wasn't guilty. So it's pretty much 5 on my side and 7 against me. But it was a hung jury.
You said
7.
You said
7
who?
against.
7 what? You said
yes.
No. You said 7 Karens. Is that
what I could see it in their face when they came out that I'm guilty before they heard the story. They was looking at me in disgust. But let this had been like this. I was a white woman. That's my white daughter. And that Mexican girl did the same thing to a white woman and her daughter. They would have stitched her ass up and took her to the county jail. They would have charged her with everything from kidnapping to assault and battery, because that's kidnapping. You snatched her out of a car. But she didn't get charged with nothing. Nothing.
Well, we ain't even gonna trip on that. Let's put our frequency somewhere else. Right now, live, where everybody can see this. This is what you do with issues, people. You come together, you discuss them. See, we only know in part. We know metaphysical. We don't study the spirit unless we're pushed, and our will is given back to Daddy to do so. So in that, we're going to take this moment collectively. Heavenly Father, we come to you right now in the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, giving you glory, magnifying your name, raising, lifting, and praising. Thank you for the moment that you allow us to be liberated within our voice, within our choice to give it back to you. Father, we ask from the crown of her head to the sole of your feet that you permeate your daughter Nina with all that you have given her and all that you have for her. Continue to allow the wisdom to run through her spirit understanding. Allow no situation, demonic force or rather, to cause her to be swayed by voice. Let her understand that you've always been there and that you're the reason why she's where she is today and steady elevating. Regurgitate to her the times of old that was impossible, yet you liberated her in her moment and let that truth resonate. Can't nobody else take it from her because she know it to be truth within her own self. And throughout the whole airwaves of those who hear my voice, under the tone of my voice, I called you to be blessed, healed, whole, broken out of generational curses, standing in the authority of the purpose and agreeing within the spirit of Jesus. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you.
Listen, there's power in this. There's power in what you're doing. What we just did was declare war against the enemy, collectively, out loud over the airwaves. Now, there's a lot of people going to look at this, don't even know us, but they're going to pay attention to the subject matter in the domicile privacy of their own demonstration. And they're going to look at the situations in their life that reflect what we talking about and be like, that's the route that they took to get out of there. I got to get some breath. I got to get some freedom. I got to get this off of me. Let me listen to these people. That's what we just did. Bondage breaking. It's monumental. You keep doing that, you ain't got to worry about it.
Never been in trouble in my life. Yeah. Okay, never been in trouble in my life. My daughter, 31, that got attacked, she'd never been in trouble in her life.
Well, contrary to all of that, I've been getting in trouble all my life until I made a decision not to. You understand me? Man, I was locked up when I was 11. From the time of 11 on, I was in trouble. You feel what I'm saying? And that came from something called a Napoleon complex. I was a short cat, little dude, and everybody always tried to take advantage of me. And I wasn't going. Oh, yeah? Cousins, everybody. Look, ask Angel now. Once y'all get cool, she gonna tell you story. I used to set their ass up and whack them. You feel what I'm saying? As a kid, I used to set them up to hurt them, not kill them. You know what I mean? To vindictive intent. It was already in me. Hold on, man. You just gonna play me like that because I'm small? That's why I got problems with bullies. And that's where me working out came from. You know what I mean? A way to get rid of my anger. You know what I mean? And I end up, it turned into a passion, and now it's a career, like my personal trainer. Been doing this shit for years. You know what I mean? But look, I ain't gonna keep you on this line. You pop at me when you pop at me, but understand that we just declared some things. You can't walk outside of that. You got to remain standing regardless of what it look like. I call you free in Jesus' name. I call you whole in Jesus' name. I call your daughter whole. I call your daughter completely healed from any sickness or ailment that comes to her. I plead the blood of Jesus over your whole household and everything that has anything to do with it. And prayers of a righteous man if they look up.
I received that. I'm going to inbox you, though. All right, thanks. Have a good day. Bye.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know how to get it off. You know how to get it off? Hold on. Here we go.
I'm trying.
Thanks, y'all, for watching. This is your girl, Nina, from Unbreakable Strong Woman, and that was Chosen. He is a very profound brother that I really enjoy talking to, listening to, and he always feed me good substance. He know his stuff. You know, he's a brother that been through a lot, and he has a story to tell. And you can tell he's been studied and been through everything, every walks of life. He can kick it with you. And I love people like that. You know, I don't just indulge with people that's book smarts. And book smarts, you don't know how it feels to experience life. So you just tell me what you read. He lived it. My brother lived it. My kid's father lived it. I know people who lived this life. So it's good to talk to brothers like that. And that's why I'm starting crying from the inside. And my Unbreakable Strong Woman is something separate, but crying from the inside is for the people that's been locked up on their way or in there already, got a family member, and sometimes you locked up in the mind. Have you ever felt like you crying from the inside and can't nobody hear you? You screaming. You got bills. You got problems and ain't nobody hearing you? That's crying from the inside. And that's why I'm doing my foundation for that. And I'm going to do my YouTube channel where I'm sitting down talking to a lot of people who just want to be heard, who need to be heard. Because I didn't realize, y'all, and I want everyone who hears my voice, who never been in trouble. I didn't realize how corrupt this system is until I personally experienced it. I knew racism existed, but I never personally experienced it one-on-one. When you feel like you being put aside, not counted, not worthy, and nobody hearing you, that is a horrible feeling when you a taxpaying, law-abiding citizen. When you try your best to live right and raise your kids right, and the system trying to make you out to be a villain. Do y'all know that prosecutor looked at those jurors, whatever you call them, and said, this is a woman who was mad her daughter was losing a fight. He wanted them to believe I was a thug. You know why? Because I'm brown. We thugs. And when I said those 7 Karens that was up there, they looked at me in disgust from when they walked in the courtroom. One of them was pissed because it was a hung jury. She rolled her eyes. She was stumping out like a 2-year-old. And I smiled at her. You don't just dislike my brown skin. You dislike the God in me. And see, I'm going back to trial if I have to. Because that's their mission. Why would you want to destroy a woman that lived on this earth 53 years? I'm really considered one of the seniors on the land. I have 4 grandkids, 4 children. My father fought in the war, World War II, for this country. You want to destroy me? For somebody jumping in my vehicle, kidnapping my daughter, beating her to a pulp, and this Mexican girl, I need to start saying her name. She was wrong and bragged about what she did because the prosecutor didn't put no charges on her. You know what they did? They went to her and said, you can drop this. She said no. Her and her black man, I want to press all the charges. I want her to go to prison. Knowing She was the aggressor. She knows she jumped in my car. But see, she see this white prosecutor on her side. She feel like she can destroy me because she don't like my daughter. And did I tell y'all she was dating that same? She wasn't really dating a guy. He was getting her money. He started dating my daughter, and I'm really glad because I prayed him out of my daughter's life. He headed down through there now. He about to do some time. I thank God that he's out of my daughter's life because he was more headache than love. She had to learn the hard way. But see, I know prayer works because God removed that mountain. She's still holding on to that mountain and the one at her house. She still like that. My daughter ain't even in it no more. She can have him. And that's not the reason I went there. I went there in peace. Do y'all know how many times I done pulled up on somebody and they was in the middle of a domestic violence situation? I have taken weapons out of people's hands. Give me that. You tripping. You ain't thinking. You go over there. I have calmed some storms because that's what I do. But the prosecutor don't believe I do that. They want to believe I'm a thug and I went over there about that life fighting with my daughter. Tell me this. My daughter 31 years old, y'all. She have friends. She have sisters, cousins. She have a whole lot of people she could have called. Brothers. What she gonna call her decrepit 53-year-old mama for who need hip surgery to go fight with her? That don't make no damn sense. She called mama when you in trouble. When you can't figure things out, it's two people that you call on. You call on God and you call on your mama. Because you feel like they can resolve anything. She came to mama and I failed her. She got attacked, almost killed out there. This girl get hit on the knee and I got arrested. I got arrested. And they call this justice. It say justice for just us. That's what it means, y'all. Justice means just us. And just us is not for brown people. Stay out them people's system. Because when they get a hold of you, I mean, they try to twist your bones. They try to kill you, destroy you. They want to mutilate you. They want to destroy your kids. They want to take you out the home so your kids can be part of the system. They want to shoot your kids on the streets because they ain't got no mama and daddy no more. So let's destroy the mama and daddy and we can destroy the kids. This is their motive. This is why they do it. You would think that prosecutor who was only about 34 years old would say, man, this lady, that 53 years old, she my mama or my grandma's age. I can't believe she went over there to do that. Then I see her daughter, hair on the ground, her earrings, her shoe. I see her face being mutilated. The woman told me she did it. I'm not going to try her. No, but no, that ain't what he thought. She's Mexican. I'm black. Lock the nigga up. And I'm going to say this one more time. George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin. Trayvon was walking down the street minding his business. Mexican guy attacks him. Trayvon got to whooping his butt. He pulls out a gun even after 911 said, back off. We got this. He shoot and kill this kid. And he gets off. He's the aggressor and he gets off. This Mexican girl, the aggressor, and she gets off. Black kid, Mexican guy, black woman, Mexican girl. Make that make sense? We're guilty by our skin color, who we are. We're guilty. And I'm going to fight even at the end. And I know God ain't going to work this way. If I am a felon because somebody found me guilty, I don't believe that's going to happen. I can say, God, I fought a good fight. I'm tired of just giving in and laying down to these people. I'm tired of seeing my loved ones being murdered by these people. I'm tired of my family members going to prison under circumstantial evidence of stupid shit. They get more time than the average person. I'm tired. How I'm getting charged with the same thing that white boy just bust a black man in the head for hitting his wrong golf ball, cracked his skull open. He's on a ventilator on life support. That's attempted murder. He had on a $5,000 bond with aggravated assault. How are we charged with the same thing? You know why? White privilege. And I'm not going to stop. I done reached out to our governor, our mayor. I'm writing a letter to Washington and several other NAACP. I don't care if this case ain't that big. Because people are like, this case ain't even that big, Nina. He offered you a misdemeanor. I don't want nothing because I didn't do anything but protect my daughter. You invaded my privacy. You opened my car door. I never got on my seatbelt. You get hurt in the midst of your crime and press charges on me? And the prosecutor let that fly. These are the people that we vote into office, y'all. These are the people that we paying their salary. These are the people that are supposed to protect us. All that's a lie. You guilty because you brown. This your girl. Let me go, y'all. Y'all keep hearing me talk about my cases. I'm so mad about what they put me through. And I worked all my life, cried, sweat, tears, sleepless nights to be a good person, be a good mother. And this is what I get in return. I ain't never sold no drugs. I never robbed nobody. I ain't never hurt nobody. I worked 2 or 3 jobs at times because I didn't want to be a criminal. And they wait till I'm a senior citizen to try to make me a criminal? I'll talk to y'all later. Keep me in your prayers. I'm mad. I'm hurt. I'm depressed. At times I want to give up because I feel like, what is it for? What is it all for? People just get tired. You get tired of trying to fight. You get tired of trying to find your position in this world. You get tired. But I see we're going to do this forever. Until the end of time, we're going to have to fight. I'll talk to y'all later. God bless you. Happy Valentine's Day. Vivian, my cousin, I love you. I know you a praying woman. Please pray for your little cousin. Because I am so hurt, Vivian. Just please pray for me. Thank you. Talk to y'all later. Bye.